Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to try some new makeup that I recently bought. I went to CVS and I went to Walgreens, but I haven't really been buying a lot of makeup recently, and I also haven't been buying drugstore makeup. Like when I do buy makeup, it'll be like a couple of things from Sephora, like stuff like that. So I really have been like seeing a lot of stuff I wanted to try from the drugstore. So I made like a little list of things that I've been seeing over the last like maybe a couple of months, and I really wanted to try a few products. So I picked those things up. I'm gonna show you what they are, and some of the things I just picked up because I was like, ooh, this is pretty nice. So the first thing, did not see this, but kind of just wanted it because I saw it in the store when I was shopping, is this e.l.f. dewy setting mist. So we'll see how this works. I'm excited about it. I like e.l.f. stuff. I don't think I've ever used a setting spray by e.l.f. though, so this should be exciting to see if it actually works or does the job, or if it makes me dewy. Don't know if I'm going to use it today, but I'm just showing you guys the stuff I got. Some of the stuff I can't use all of it today, but I will use it in a future makeup video. But I can't use everything today because I have like 3 primers and maybe like 2 setting sprays. I can't use both. Also by e.l.f. I got these 2 Poreless putty primers, and this one is actually a luminous putty primer, and this one is a poreless putty primer. But I've been seeing these for a few months. Actually, I don't even want to say a couple. It's been like a few months of me seeing these, and I really wanted them. I remember people were saying it was compared to like the Tatcha poreless putty primer looking thing, and I'm not buying that because it's extremely expensive and I'm a regular person these days. So it's just like, no, I'm not buying that. But I really wanted to try the e.l.f. version because a lot of people who do not mind spending like a lot of money on their makeup have even said that this was very similar to the Tatcha product. So I wanted to try these for a long time, but I could never find them. I also got another primer by e.l.f., which is, this is a hydrating primer. This is a hydrating face primer, and I tried this on the back of my hand. It feels really good. So I don't know. I have a lot of primers today and don't know which one I want to use. Last product that I have by e.l.f. is the hydrating camo concealer, and mine looks pretty light, but if you look at me, I'm pretty light. So yeah. Next thing I have is the Fit Me loose finishing powder, and I got this because people were talking about it, and I like how finely milled it is. It's a very like fine powder, which is pretty cool. So I'm really excited. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this for my under eye or use it for my overall face. I don't really care, but I don't know yet because I am pretty light, but I also don't know if this is like going to be pale light on me, because if it's pale light on me, I use it for my under eye, which I also don't mind. The next thing I picked up, which is not something new, this is the NYX dewy setting spray. I got this because this is just an old faithful of mine. This is the #1. I haven't used any high-end setting sprays, but this is the #1 one that I've used that I know, like when I spray my face with this, it looks like I can have the cakiest, chalkiest, driest looking powdery makeup on, and when I spray this on my face, it completely makes it look like my skin is natural and shiny and dewy. It looks amazing. I look really healthy, so that is always going to be in my collection. Then I got the L'Oreal Up to 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. Don't know if this is my color because if you can see, it kind of looks a little off, but I don't really know. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. And the last thing I have is this Physician Formula bronzer, butter bronzer by Physician Formula. Let me tell y'all, Physician Formula is expensive. They need to be in Sephora if they're not, because this was a $20 bronzer from the drugstore. Like, and I felt like it was worth it. I know it might not look like it's my color, but we'll see when I put it on. So hopefully this is not too light and it actually does something. If not, it's okay because it matches my Hoola bronzer, and I use my Hoola bronzer to only contour my nose. And my Hoola bronzer is just a sample size. My Hoola bronzer is just as light as this. Like, it's very light, but it would look like it would be too light for me. But when I put it on, it gives me like the most perfect natural contour or bronze, depending on how much I blow it out. It could be my contour or my bronze. It gives me the perfect shade. I'm trying to see if I want to do my eyebrows. I low-key could do my hair first. So I just put my hair up into a high pony, and then I just wrapped some of my locks around the base. It's kind of a go-to of mine. I need to just do my baby hairs now. I was trying to figure out if I want to do my baby hairs before or after my makeup. We're just gonna do it before. I use Edge Booster by Style Factor and a regular old, you know, little edge brush, 2-ended that came out. I'm gonna leave a detailed description on how I do my baby hairs somewhere in the cards over here. So I'm wondering if you guys like when I do my transformation videos talking or not talking. In my last video, I just put music over it the entire time. So let me know if you guys rather me talk through my makeup video or just do a speed through. I really don't care either way. I just like to take my pictures and have fun and post my content. So I don't really mind either way. Or tell me if you like both. I can do both. I can do every other one, or however I'm feeling that day, I'll do whatever. But yeah, let me know because I care. To moisturize my skin, I went in with a Dermalogica skin resurfacing moisturizer, and then I used a vitamin E cream on top of that and let that soak in for like the last 45 minutes because I just think it's important to let your moisturizer soak in. So now I'm just gonna try to choose a primer. So you know I had the e.l.f. hydrating primer and the 2 e.l.f. putty primers. So I really feel, out of all these e.l.f. primers, I was most excited about the this one. Like these other two I told you about, I was really excited about. Like it was on the list. But this one I ran into, and out of all of them, like trying all of them, the hydrating one is the most exciting one to me. Like I just feeling it, everything about it, it just makes me super excited. I don't know, I wonder if I can use multiple, but I feel like because one is a poreless and one is a hydrating, it might, I don't know if they should be like mixed or stacked, I don't know. Well, the good thing is if you're here for my channel, then anything that I don't use today is always going to be in a future video. But today I'm going to go in with the hydrating primer because I feel like the poreless putty primers, I really don't have to use them today because I just freshly dermaplaned, which is a form of exfoliation in my skin, so my skin is going to be smooth anyway. So I feel like I should wait until my skin is kind of in a normal state to where I didn't just do a bunch of treatments on it. It's kind of like green, just like this. Like the color that you see here, just like soft minty color, is exactly what it looks like. But I use literally one pump, and I'm gonna see if that's enough. I love the way this stuff feels, and it doesn't feel like I just put anything on my face. Like usually when I put primers on, it takes a second for it to like do something for me to be like, okay, it's in there. But as soon as I put this on my skin, it feels so good. I don't know if it visually has a smoothing effect, but physically it feels like it has a smoothing effect, which is very, very nice. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna just stick my finger inside of this putty primer just a little bit. It looks like this. It looks super white, you can't even see. I just put a little bit on my finger like that, and I'm just gonna rub it on my T-zone. I don't know how well these are gonna do mixing together, but I'm just gonna use it on my T-zone because that's the area we have the most pores and stuff. And it actually feels very nice. I'm gonna layer them. I'm gonna layer this poreless putty. Not the luminous one. I do have a luminous one. I'll save that for a little bit later. So I'm like, actually, I think this is gonna work because they feel beautiful mixing together. I'm putting it on my whole face. So the next step, which is a very, very new and important step to me, is color correcting. Every time I would color correct, it would just like, the orange would start to mix with my concealer or my foundation, wherever it was. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, how do you do this without it like mixing all together and becoming one color? Like, and then I seen that people were setting their color corrector as well. And I thought that was just a bad idea because I'm like, that seems and sounds cakey. But I recently learned how to do it, which I am using the steps of powdering and powdering my color corrector afterwards, and it does not look cakey the way I thought it would. So I've learned to color correct. I'm going to be using my Urban Decay palette. It's a little Urban Decay, oh, it says it right there, I didn't know it had a name. Urban Decay Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter palette. I'm just gonna take my finger to apply this on all the areas that I feel I need to color correct. So those are all of the areas that I'm going to color correct. Under eye, sides of my nose, and sides of my mouth. So to set that color corrector in place, I'm going to go in with my Krylon translucent powder. It looks like this. It actually came in my school kit. My school gave us a huge kit of makeup. Okay, so my color corrector is set and it looks really good. I tried to put the lightest layer of powder that I could that would set it but not be too much powder. Like I tried to put exactly how much powder I needed. That way it wouldn't give me that cakey effect because that really scares me. I really don't want that to happen. So now we're gonna move on to my eyebrows and I'm gonna put in the cards, which I think is over here hopefully. It's my detailed eyebrow routine. So we're just gonna speed up through this really quickly. And I'm just gonna go in with the concealer that I brought today, the Hydrating Camo Concealer by e.l.f. It says it has a satin finish. I don't know if that's gonna be the greatest idea for my under eye. So I do have the original e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is the satin one I brought today, well, a couple days ago. And this is the original. So I'm just gonna use the original to clean up my under eye, my eyebrow, because I don't know if it's like a difference. So I don't want it to, the satin finish to be weird on my brow bone. So I'm just gonna go in with a brush and like just blend that out. I am gonna take some more concealer on my eyelid for when I do my eyeshadow, but I'm still just gonna blend it out because it looks a fool and I don't wanna be looking a fool in my video for too long of a period. So I'm just gonna blend that out for now. And then when we come back in and do everything else, we will mix this with other things. So yeah, eyebrows are done. Now we're gonna move on to foundation. I'm praying to God that this foundation matches me because I do not have two of them. Typically I buy two of a foundation, and if I have to mix them then I will, because colors are never just the right color for me. And yeah, and I heard it was very thin, not very thin, but I did hear that it was kind of thin. And I also heard it was better to use this with a sponge because it is so thin, and because it's so thin it can cause kind of like streaky lines. I don't know how many pumps I need, so I'm just gonna put 2 pumps on the back of my hand. It kind of looks like it's gonna match me, doesn't it? It is runny though. You see how it just dripped down my hand and it's still dripping. So I have an idea. My beauty blender, I washed all my sponges today, so my beauty blender is still wet. It was a couple of hours ago, so because it is still kind of damp, I'm not gonna go just re-wet it, but I'm gonna use this new e.l.f. dewy setting mist that I used earlier, that I told you guys about earlier, and I'm just going to use this to re-dampen the sponge. Oh my god, this foundation is going everywhere. I need to roll my sleeves up. It looks like it matches. I think it matches. It matches. Oh my god, and it's like almost a perfect color. What? I think I'm gonna have to use more than 2 pumps. It's already gone. I'm just gonna blend this out as much as I can first. And I think it's a good idea to use a sponge with this foundation also because it is a fresh wear foundation. So I'm assuming it's gonna make me look fresh. I don't know anything about this. I never read up on stuff before I use it. I'm realizing that I do have like a dew to my skin. Like you can even see it, it has like a sheen to it, you see? How you can see that light. It has a sheen to it, and I don't know if that's from the sponge being wet with the dewy spray or just the foundation because it's called Fresh Wear. Now I'm gonna go on with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer with the satin finish. I'm a little bit worried because I have never heard of a concealer, personally, never heard of a concealer being a satin finish, so I don't know how that's gonna look under the eye. I'm hoping this doesn't look too crazy because it doesn't go bad, and I say that in a sense when I first used the e.l.f. Camo, this kind of burns. So what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna go in and blend out my under eyes because I don't know if it's gonna happen, but last time I used this concealer, the regular Camo one, it dries down extremely fast and I don't like that. I could say one thing, this crease is really quick. I'm gonna try something. This might be a bad idea. I think this is way too, look at that, this is way too dark for my under eye. I'm excited though. That means I have a new face powder. I guess I'm gonna just go on with this banana powder by Wet n Wild because I do like this stuff and I use it all the time for my under eye. I just don't like how it kind of oxidizes a little bit, but we'll see what happens, and also maybe I'm tripping. We're gonna go in and I'm going to make sure all my creases are blended out, and then I'm gonna go in with my banana shade and my Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder. Now, I did not color correct my lids, which y'all do know, so that will give this concealer a second to know, because everybody doesn't know how to color correct, and also everybody doesn't want to color correct. So some concealers, I mean, concealers do need to just be lit in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish they had concealers besides Tarte Shape Tape that was. And I did hear when this concealer first came out, wow, it did cover up. I don't need a color corrector for this. No, because on camera it's a little bit more brighter because of my lights, but in person there is kind of like a little bit of a gray tone, like 1 through 10, 10 being the darkest gray tone. It's like a 0.5 out of 10, so it's not that bad, but I can kind of see through it and see those like gray tones, so I would still have to color correct with this, but it definitely cleaned me up. I like the way that looks. So now I'm gonna take the Fit Me powder. I never told you guys what shade I have it in. I have it in the shade 20 Light Medium, and it looks like it's just about the perfect skin tone for me. So I'm just taking a fluffy brush with this powder. I'm gonna just dip it into pick up that powder, and I'm gonna put it in a cap. So I'm gonna set my face now. And I'm using my NYX Dewy Setting Spray. This is my old one I'm using. I still have my new one, which has not been touched. Face is set, first setting at least. I am still gonna bronze and everything. I used to do my eyeshadow completely first, and then I started doing my eyeshadow last, but now I've kind of found a middle ground to where I just do my foundation and my concealer first. So we're gonna move on for now. I wanna start on my eyes. I want to use pink today, and my favorite pink palette is the Modern Renaissance palette, and I also have an e.l.f. palette to continue the drugstore situation we have going on that has a few pink colors in it. On this side, pink, So the way that I blend in my two colors to make it like mix, I always take an angle brush. This is a regular angle brush, and I basically grab the darkest color I'm using and just drag it like that. So I'm going to be doing a winged liner now, and I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Tattoo liner. I love this stuff. I was never the type of person to use felt tip liner, and I used this because it's all I had at one point, and it was like a sample pack, if you can't tell by the size. Like my points at Sephora built up, and this is what I got, and I just used it, and I have been obsessed, and I really think that felt tip liner is like low-key my go-to. First and only felt tip liner I've ever used, and I'm definitely on the bandwagon. Love them. So much easier to control if you have a hard time doing a wing. Yeah, I'm gonna be using my Better Than Sex mascara just to coat my lashes before I put on falsies. My current favorite lashes are the actual ones I wore in my last video, so I'm gonna wear that exact same pair. For lash glue, I'm just using the Ardell, nope, this is Kiss. The Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe in the color black. I have both colors. I have the other one too, which is the one that is same exact one, but it's in white and you brush it on. Haven't tried that one yet, but I'm gonna be using the black one today. So I'm gonna go back in with this color Love Letter here, which is all around my eye. I'm gonna use that on my lower lash line. I'm gonna go back in with my Better Than Sex mascara. I personally love this stuff for my lower lash lines. It can get clumpy, but it's up to you to be careful. I'm gonna go back in with that first color I attempted to use, and I'm just gonna use that for my inner corner and maybe put a little bit on my brow bone. So this is what we're working with. Love the way the eye came out. I like the pink. Don't feel like it's too crazy. My face does look crazy because we haven't bronzed or anything yet. So now we're gonna move on to bronzing up my face. So I'm just gonna dip in there. I know it's not gonna be too dark, so I'm not gonna be shy about grabbing it. Did I do anything? It smells so good. But you can see it definitely did like naturally give me that bronze without making my bronze look too dark. I like this a lot. I'm definitely gonna keep this. I do wish I had like a shade lighter, like maybe a shade and a half, not even 2 shades, that would be a little bit too dark, but like a shade or a shade and a half darker than this would have been perfect. But it does look good, which I really like about that. I really like how good it looks and how natural it looks. It doesn't look crazy. I'm learning how to contour my nose. I'm not that great at it, guys. I have to be honest. I can be honest. I'm learning. All my makeup I am learning. Try to be light-handed whenever I contour my nose, because I don't really like to say I'm contouring my nose because I feel like I don't really know how to contour, but that's kind of what's happening. I'm gonna use this pinky blush. I'm gonna go with blush before highlighter because I don't like to have blush be the last thing I do because I don't like anything on top of my highlighter but highlighter. So this is not picking up at all. Like, this is a white brush, and then look, picked up a little bit, but now, I mean, maybe I should be grateful. This is not working. This blush is not working, so I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna go on with something else. I'm just gonna be careful with this one. This is by, I got this from the dollar store when I was doing my dollar store haul. I don't have blushes because I'm not a blush girl. It's almost the same exact color, but this one is pigmented. Like, watch this. Ridiculous. I'm gonna put it on my higher cheekbones. Just a little something, something. I'm just taking this pretty much the rest everywhere just to give me some color. I can't believe this came out like this. Like, I thought that bronzer was garbage. Now we can highlight. I really want to use a drugstore highlighter, but I don't think I have one. I lied, I have 2 drugstore highlighters. I have an actual physical drugstore highlighter, like a physical powder is what I mean, and then I have a liquid. Okay, I thought that because it was drugstore, me being ignorant again, it wouldn't show up that well, but Wet n Wild came through, showed out. So I'm just gonna use this. This is the Megaglo highlighting powder in the color Precious Petals by Wet n Wild. It's not too crazy, which I actually like. I like that my blush is still showing through, and with the knowing how liquid highlighters are, it probably would have outdid that blush. So I'm glad I just went in with it, because you can still see, like, now that you can tell this is like a goldy tone, but it looks like a pinky gold because the pink is shining through underneath it. So I really like that. It looks good. It looks good. So now I'm gonna go in and set my face again using the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. This face looks so good, it doesn't even need to be set. Like, that's how good my face looks. It does not even need to be set. See how good that looks? I know I'm about to use my NYX lip liner. I have it in the color Cold Brew. Let me see if I have a lighter one. Yeah, because the other color that I have is in the color Downtown Beauty, which is darker, if you can see. So I'm gonna use this one, which is lighter. I don't want to do a lip gloss, but I always do a lip gloss. This is a pretty color, and this is by e.l.f. too. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this. This is an e.l.f. lip plumping gloss in the color Mocha Twist. Looks like this, kind of pinky. I have a more pale pink, which is really pretty. Let me try out this pale pink. This is by Lime Crime. Is there still a bunch of like controversy with Lime Crime or what? This smells delicious. That's pretty. It still kind of turned brown though because my lip liner. I just have to put more. Sorry everything isn't drugstore, guys, but that's a look. Okay guys, so this is the end of the makeup look. I have no complaints at all. Out of everything I tried today, I love everything. But I'm very, very happy. I'm very satisfied. I love my makeup. I'm obsessed. I love it. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful. Hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully you guys like my little hairstyle. I'm really enjoying these videos, and I hope you guys are enjoying them as well. And I'm also enjoying the fact that I'm practicing my makeup more and building up my skills. I kind of want to try a different type of eyeshadow look, like maybe a different kind of cut crease or a different technique for cut creases. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to learn with you guys. But yeah, that's it. I had a great time recording this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video.